www.conroerollerderby.com.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. I'm so happy to be back. I can't tell you. It's been great. It's been great having the time to rest and all that. But when you're having pain with it, it just doesn't seem that great. So you can't wait to get back to something normal. And even though Richard's still here, just something normal to try and get through the afternoon. But it's funny because the mornings when I wake up, because of all the junk that's going on, it takes me a while to even come alive. Because I'm having to take a certain kind of medicine it's nothing that makes you drunk or anything.
Oh.
But it's just to calm me down and be able to go to sleep. I've slept better in the last 2 weeks than I ever have. So it's been great. But it's not addictive either. So I have to explain that to Richard because he'll come up with something and it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. And
I want to say I messaged you because you've been gone for like 2-3 months. I feel like I don't really know.
No, it hasn't been. I don't think it's been that long.
Okay, I thought you went on a bender, and I was like, she's in rehab.
Well, they almost put me in rehab to learn how to walk again.
Every time I saw a silver alert, I'm like, oh, Cindy. They lost Cindy.
Well, it's weird. I was diagnosed with vertigo, but someone just texted me last night and said she's had Meniere's disease. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Meniere's disease, and so she said you got to give me a call and we can talk about it. But vertigo is the only time I ever even heard that word pronounced was because of the movie that I saw with Jimmy Stewart, and then I think Albert Brooks redid it.
Yeah,
and made fun of it and mocked it and all. But that's when I heard of vertigo. So I thought it was about you were afraid of heights, and that is like a part of it. But I thought that was all there was. I'm not afraid of heights at all, and so I couldn't go. Where did this come from? But the thing about it is when it happens, when it's the room starts going around and around in circles, and you feel like you're falling, and you're like the bottom of the floor is dropped out. It's kind of dangerous, depending on where you are when it happens. When it first started, but now, this is so weird. My son said one of the hunting partners of Sam had vertigo, but he found out what you do to stop it when it starts, when the spinning starts, is you place your fingers behind your ear and tap on there, and the crystals. And so I went, wait, crystals? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a line of crystals, and they get out of whack, and that's what happens. Yeah. And I said, really? So I felt so stupid the first time I did it. I thought, this can't be right. So I did it, and it stopped, like immediately stopped. It stopped spinning. And so any of you out there that may be having dizzy spells and things like that, I understand dizzy, but people that get drunk a lot, and the way they walk and stuff like that, that was kind of like how I was feeling. Like that's the way I was walking and stuff. And
so are you telling drunk people to check their crystals?
No, I think other things are out of whack with them, and so it's not. But
The crystals.
It is true. Look it up, because I know you don't believe anything I say. So, but I was going to tell you before because we're talking about so many other things, and then I was going to let you know that if during the show I reach up and start the back of my neck like that, could we go to break? Would it be okay to go to break
Right now?
No. I'm just.
You scared me there for a moment.
No, if I can.
Where's your life alert?
My kids, my family is so sweet and so caring, and they don't want anything to happen to me yet.
Yeah, I like that.
So if
you're about right here with us, Mom, we're gonna get rid of you when we're done.
No, but and they're so sweet. Samuel comes and checks on me, several times, and Cindy's taking care of my medicine, making sure I take all my medicine every night. And
I'm surprised they don't have security cameras in your house.
They would, if I said go, they would be up.
Yeah, especially after that bathroom fiasco.
Yeah, exactly. And see, and that I wasn't dizzy or anything. I mean, I wasn't dizzy or anything.
I know, but you're just you're in a bathroom for like 9 hours.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Well, that was.
I still like that. That's one of my favorite stories of you.
Yeah, that was great because, but when the firemen came this time, because I thought I was having a stroke, it felt just like when I had the stroke before. So I thought that's what I was having. And when the firemen came, and I was in the bathroom, and Samuel had come in there to help me out, and the fireman just pushed it right past him and he said, I got you. And I said, okay. And he said, are you sure you can pick her up? And these firemen are built like this, and I said, I think they've all done their upper body, exercises for the morning. And they put me on the gurney, like with no problem. It makes you feel like you're lighter than you are, because the way they can pick you up and just like haul you around. But but anyway, so it's a scary thing to have, but it's never happened while I'm driving, or it's never happened out, walking at Walmart or at HEB. And
that's good.
Yeah. So and I can walk around the pool. They're just scared to death of me to get outside, and I'm going to drown in the pool one day. And I finally got in the pool for the first time since it was the first time this summer that I got in the pool because of my diabetic wound I had. I couldn't do it. And
is that what we're calling it?
That's what he called it.
Oh, diabetic wound?
What did we?
I thought it's because you beat someone up.
No. No, I look like somebody took my heel, held it up with a shotgun, and went bam. That's what it looks like.
It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it was.
Gnarly.
It was, and I've got so many pictures. And whenever I saw that Google looked like they had opened up my pictures, and I went, oh, this is gonna be. If people go through my pictures and go like, what is that? What am I looking at?
But you're back, so that's good.
So, but anyway, it's been quite a ride, and Richard has been the sweetest, kindest, most patient person that you ever want to work for, and that he said, come back whenever you feel better, just get better, and it's going to be fine. And so then I thought, I wonder what he's playing during my absence.
It's the Arbor Day show over and over. I've already told you.
That is
the worst.
The worst picture of me. My hair looked like I had walked through the rain to get here.
I was doing that just so I could know. Like, I wanted you to mention it to me. I'm like, I'm going to put this on repeat. I'm going to see if she's paying attention.
Oh, my goodness. I was like...
And I guess you were.
I thought, surely he hasn't looked at this to see how bad I look on it. Because it looks like somebody put oil on my hair.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Just combed my
It was a bad dye day.
It was a bad hair day. Totally bad hair day. And I couldn't believe it.
And today's...
And I went, and so I turned
what's today? Is today a good hair day?
No. Well, I don't never know. I never know what my hair looks like.
Yeah,
but that was the worst. The worst. You don't like my hair? You don't like it?
I'm just giving you a hard time, Cindy.
You are.
I
you
know.
know how vulnerable I am now. No, but it doesn't matter. It's just that I almost cut it all off because I started cutting it. And
No, actually, I was thinking about that when with you. I was like, because I know some older folks just go to wigs.
go to what?
They just start wearing wigs.
Start wearing wigs. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just like kind of shave their head or keep it real short,
Yeah.
and then they'll
they
just
keep it
start
real short.
wearing wigs. So are you gonna partake in that?
No, because Sam said, don't ever cut your hair. And I said, well, it's getting so long. And he said, no, just don't cut your hair. And then he said, like, and don't dye it. It's gray enough right now. You need to go ahead and dye it.
Yeah.
And so I went, well, when can I not dye it? And he goes, when you get older. And I said, I'm there. What are you talking about? I've been there. And so he says, well, I said, well, why don't you dye your hair? He said, I hardly have any hair left anymore. I said, well, go ahead and dye that. And you don't want to do that, right? Because it's too much trouble. Well, same with me. It's a lot of trouble to dye your hair. So
you're not going to do the wigs. I wanted you to do that. I would go with you in wig shop.
I had one on. I did two pictures with that wig on.
Yeah.
And it really fit my hair. I mean, I could keep my hair like this and put the wig over it, and just gave it a lot of volume.
Like a male lion.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have a
it was
mane.
just volume.
Yeah.
Because my hair used to be like out to here, and it was great for every stupid hairdo there was in 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and I usually wore pigtails during the 80s because I was playing so much racquetball, and I just wore pigtails, and it looked pretty stupid. And
it's a pretty serious racquetball player there.
But well, it's funny when you play that. It depends on your dress really does either intimidate. They think, boy, the way somebody's dressed. And I cut all the tops of the gloves, the racquetball gloves off, so I could wear these long red fingernails. And so people, what's funny is that most of the girls would go like, oh, brother, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill this lady. And that's really what I liked, because it got them off. They thought, oh, this is going to be so easy. And it wasn't. And so, but I would win.
I mean, I think for guys, it's the mouth guard.
The mouth guard?
Yeah, like I remember when I played soccer for a while, a couple of dudes would put mouth guards in. I'm like, how do you breathe with that in there? Because like when you play hockey, you got to wear a mouth guard because you're getting hit all over the place. But soccer, one guy just put it in, and I go, aren't we only supposed to use our feet? Like, what are we doing here? And it was intimidating. I was like, this guy's, we're not playing rugby this time, guy.
Well, think about a boxer puts that in, and they're moving all the time, jumping around, being hit and all that.
But see, that's understandable to have. Well, they probably have a special mouth guard. I don't know.
Do you suck in the air?
Do I look like a boxer to you?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd done research on it or studied or something.
I've only been to one boxing match.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Really, you have?
Yeah, it was here. It was here in Conroe. It was like a small time one, so we got like front row seats, and
oh my goodness!
And that's a different lifestyle right there. Getting hit in the face, you can hear it. That was wild.
And hear it, yeah.
Because we were right there. I was just looking. A couple of my friends are really into boxing. They do all the like pay-per-view stuff where they'll fly and go to the boxing match.
Right.
And I was like, hey guys, I got us tickets to a local boxing. I don't know what they can call it. It was like an expedition or something like that.
Well, that's what.
But it was.
Sam loved one of the agencies that I worked for. They were also the agency for who's the one that got the ear bit off?
That's Holyfield, Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield, yeah. And so I would go over to work with them, and he was always doing the track and doing all that stuff. And then
did you ask him if he was faster after he lost that weight of his ear?
It was ear. No, I didn't.
No.
It was so horrible. That was, and I think I went to Disneyland after that with the kids, and it was so pathetic. We were going through the art department, and this guy had just finished doing a thing of Mickey Mouse, and with a big chunk of his ear bitten off, and everybody was going, "That's so mean! That's so mean! Don't do that!" And did you see the interview with Snoop Dogg?
No. What?
Snoop
How many
Dogg
interviews does Snoop Dogg do? Like,
it was on Fox News.
no, of course it was. Here we go.
No, but he he is now just slamming Disney for what they did.
What do they do?
In this movie? And this movie, in the movie, the girl and her girlfriend are having a baby.
Okay.
And so his little kid, his son, is sitting next to him, and he says, "Oh, look."
Where's
and
this
they
going?
say they have a baby, and he goes, "Dad, how can you have a baby? She's a girl, and she's a girl. So how can they have a baby?" And he said, "And I don't want to go to no movie and have to discuss something like that."
Well, I mean,
what's
you're
wrong
also
with
talking about
Disney?
children who believe storks dropped off babies.
Yeah,
So,
that's a better thing.
I mean,
That's
is it really that big of a deal?
That's a better thing because they wanted to know about the biology of that, what happened, and he couldn't believe Disney's putting the parents in the situation to have to explain to them at this movie or after the movie, and they're going to go home and tell their mom, you know what?
Yeah, that's part of life.
We found
Cindy.
out
That's part of
that
life.
girls can have babies. I mean,
Yeah.
girls can have babies, and girls
Well, they can.
can be married to a girl and they can have babies. So he said it was just so confusing. I just couldn't. I was so mad at Disney. So they've been playing this video over and over
All
again.
right, that's cool.
For what? He's
So other than those kind of movies, have you seen any good movies lately, Cindy?
I can't believe the last movie that I saw.
Wasn't with me.
No, but I did think you probably would want to see it. It was.
Here we go.
Oh shoot.
If folks don't know, we part of the show is to help Cindy remember things.
Yes, yeah,
It's,
because
her doctor told me I got to keep this going.
that's
I can work on her memory.
what I got to remember is not to start stories that you don't know the person's name anymore, and you've forgotten.
You just
them.
make it up.
Yeah. Well, this was a different kind of movie, but it had a lot of action in it, and it was. And I think I complained about it to you, so I guess that was the last movie that I saw, and I don't know of anything that's come out good. Do you know of anything lately?
No, I think all the art movies are coming out probably starting late September.
Oh, for the holiday?
For all the Oscar stuff, like the
Oh,
Oscar.
yeah, but the holidays too.
Yeah.
They come up with something. I think they can come up with something, but I have watched so many black and white movies, and have watched Fox News so much that I can start lip syncing the commercials. And I start doing that, and I go, you know what? You've seen this too much. You've been watching too much TV. And so I try and get out of bed and make the bed so I don't get back in it again, and stay up and walk around. And it works for a couple of days, but that's what I try and do. But I think I'm gonna get better and better, and I think that some people have lost vertigo. That mean it doesn't happen anymore, and they don't know what they did. But they said it went away. It's just not a big deal. It went
You
away.
remove the crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I got crystal light right now, but I want to see where that is. Did you look it up? The crystals?
No, I will though. I'm trying to remember. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember. I watched this older movie a couple weeks ago. It's not Nebuchadnezzar.
Is it an older one I would remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Who was in it?
Okay. So anyway, in Vertigo, Jimmy Stewart the room doesn't spin around. He's like he's falling. He's always falling. And so that's what I thought. That's why I thought it was just you're afraid of heights. And people that say that they're so afraid of heights that if they get very high up, they just fall over because it's the height, the syndrome that happens whenever you're up so many levels that it pulls you down. And that's what happens with the vertigo, because the room starts going around so fast, and it feels like you're falling, and that's what you can't stand. I mean, that's what every screams is about. But if you if you close your eyes and tap the back of your ear, you're good.
It was Pandora and the Flying Dutchman.
Pandora and the Flying Dutchman?
Yeah, it has Ava Gardner in it. That's who it has in it.
Oh, Ava Gardner.
Yeah.
Was she the... Okay.
She's Pandora.
Huh? She's
the lead.
Pandora?
She's the lead.
What?
The lead.
Yeah, but is she... Okay. There's one movie that she looked like they had done the front of the ship, in her image.
Oh, no, that's not this movie.
Well, it was the coolest thing. They started putting women at the front of the ship to protect them, and to keep away the evil spirits. But that was just a little before my time, probably just
1951. I thought that was when you were prime.
In my prime,
Yeah.
I was like 3 years old.
I know. I was kidding.
Shut up. Oh man, I don't think I had anything. Either I played too many sports or too much stuff. Like the racquetball just ate up my life for so long, and then that made me where I messed up because I got hit so much. I got so.
So you weren't very good at racquetball.
No, I was so good. I was around the court, all over the court, and people would hit me. And this one girl let me have it when they created the oversized rackets, and they said it was okay if they played. It's just so stupid. They let them play with the oversized racket and racquetball, and you've got this room, and there's nowhere you can go or move to, and so she comes up. And she backhands, and when she backhands, I'm coming over to take the ball away from her, and so she backhands me and knocks me out, and I'm bleeding out of my mouth. And everybody's so scared, like thinks I'm dying, and they take me to the hospital, and they're in the ER, and this guy starts cutting my outfit off. And it was an expensive outfit. I couldn't believe he was cutting it off. I'm going like, what are you doing?
God, these problems.
And this other doctor said, what caused this? And I said, I was playing racquetball. And they went, racquetball? Isn't that just like a little ball that is so, that's such a, I thought that was just like a sissy game. And
it is.
I said, yeah, but not with an oversized racket. It was not fair. Felt like they had a guy in there because she was so strong when she hit, the ball would reverberate off of it, and it was so bad.
Yeah.
So it was, but it was okay. I still won. I did win.
That's the important
They
part.
gave it to me because I was laying on the floor.
That's the important part.
That is the important part. But did you play racquetball?
I played it before, yes.
Okay. Did you ever play in an all white?
Yeah.
And did you ever get snowblind?
No. There's usually a line.
No, I mean, you can't.
There's usually a line going all the way across.
No, but but people that played a lot, and I played a lot, will get snowblind and get the front and the back confused, and you turn
I believe
around.
that.
You heard that? Yeah, that was. And see, and at the Y, it was just a block. It was just a white block. There was nothing on the walls at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was like regulation to have the line.
On the floors, there's a line on the floor. There's, I don't remember a line up on the wall.
Yeah, there's usually a line about a little bit below center of the wall.
Are you talking about with if so it has to pass that line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they.
So there usually is a line. I think you're playing a whole nother game.
No, I was.
Maybe that was when you were in the loony bin, and then that's why you kept seeing the white wall.
It was a white wall that I was like, no, it was but see, it's probably the Y. The Y had a big surge of people that started playing racquetball, and it became real hot during the 80s.
I guess pickleball is the same thing going down now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so it was it was hard for them to hold all these tournaments because people would just go crazy. And so it was, I think it must have been before, because when we walked into the Y to get ready, we were like, we're going to play in that? It was like a cave, like going into a white cave. But anyway,
Wow.
so Do you know how many subjects we've covered? Like
I think it's been enough. Yeah.
We've got we cover so many subjects in such a short amount of time.
Yes.
That shows that I'm back.
Yeah. Well, we want to remind folks Bob Smiley will be here tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to talk about Bob Smiley. Yeah.
So this is more of just
sure.
a warm-up show to remind people to tune in tomorrow.
Yeah. This isn't about
the
us.
The comedian will actually be in.
You can.
In the,
we'll have a professional
studio.
comedian coming in. But I was going through some of my texts from him, and he made a video that said that he's going on the Cindy Cochran show, and it's going to be at 2:00. And he never said the date or anything, so or what day it was going to be. He says, today I'm going to do this. So I thought I might play that, just play that on my my webpage, and then to remind people that he's going to be here. But he has got some funny things that he has been through, done, and
that's going to be a good show.
It's going crazy. Because I want to ask him about the insurgent, how the gospel concerts are filling up these huge venues.
Yeah.
And that's like, you feel like, okay, maybe the kids are coming back with something in their heart other than drugs.
You think every kid does drugs?
Yeah.
They should.
No. I think
school... Get those hard lessons at the very beginning instead of just stringing them out.
Okay, everybody just go ahead. Let's just shoot up and let's see what happens and see how many of you can handle it.
Yeah.
And then we'll know. But it's so cool. And on my Facebook, I have I don't know, I've got like every other reel is someone doing sign language or teaching sign language or
they're trying to get you back.
Yeah. So, but there's one kid that has been on just consistently, and every day he has a new video out, and now he's starting to sign songs and stuff like that. And he has 200,000 people, watching him now, and he's so cute. And I was gonna, this is when he first started, and I was gonna just email him and just tell him how proud I am.
Yeah, there was I thought of you the other day. There was a trailer for. You remember that 3 or 4 years ago? They had that Coda movie that was about sign language.
Yes.
About the family and everything like that. Well, the actor Troy Coates is in a new movie, and he plays a mob boss. I want to say it's called The Black Rabbit. I think, but he's a mob boss, and he's in the scene threatening the guy with the sign language. And I'm sitting there going, that's just not threatening enough. Like, I know he's supposed to be the mob boss, but some guy signing that he's going to kill me, I'd be like, okay. Like, I don't know what he's saying.
Well,
but he's a great actor, but it's just like, just imagine those scenes.
And he's not deaf.
No, he's deaf.
This actor is
deaf.
This
actor is deaf.
Okay.
I think he plays the father in Coda.
Well, a lot of times when they use their voice, and it's very guttural, and it is scary if somebody wants to, starts yelling and they just want to get it out. Because when I did that Children of a Lesser God play, they said you're going to have to figure out who you can go to and talk to and what they sound like, and make them try and talk and what it's going to sound like, and then you've got to imitate that. And that was hard to do because it just kills your throat. But it was, I guess that's why they wanted a deaf person to be playing that part. The director of this play is at Spring Branch High School, had to go to her and ask permission to have a hearing girl play the deaf Marley Mountains part. Because, so that was, years before.
We accepted deaf people?
No, that was years before.
Sounds like we don't. We got to ask permission to get them into.
Well, she gave permission because she wanted to try and keep it all deaf, like all deaf.
Oh, okay.
Thing. And so, and I understood that, but there wasn't anybody else that, they went to me because they saw me on TV doing sign language. They thought, okay, and you're hearing, you're not deaf. But when that happened, it was such a big deal. And then they were going to make the motion picture off from her book. And so that's when one of the writers in the Chronicle had told me, she'd called me and said, I've told them they need to look at you for that part. And I said, did you know I was 8 months pregnant? She goes, what? And I said, yeah. She says, Cindy, well, when do you expect to have?
Maybe in a month. You said 8 months.
It could be like it'd be pretty soon, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. She says, okay, well, I just wanted to let you know that I told them about you, and they were going to be looking at your, watch you do the news and that kind of thing, and so to see if you'd be possible. But what's bad is that John, whoever played the lead in that movie, John Hurt. John Hurt?
Yeah.
Is there a John Hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that him?
I don't know. You're the one trying to tell me the story.
Well, see, that's what I mean. I should not start these, and I have to tell. But they said he's notorious for falling in love with the leading lady. And Marlee Matlin, when she played this,
I remember what movie you're talking about.
Yeah. And they...
so did he fall in love with her?
Yeah. And he had to learn that sign language. He had to learn sign language and all. So, but they were saying all these curse words in the movie, and it was the deaf thought that was so funny, because
they curse too, Cindy.
They do. They curse as well, and and that's all Sam wanted to know.
Does the middle finger mean that in sign language?
Oh yeah, it's universal.
That's a universal,
Yeah.
like that is like
Yeah.
in the ASL language, the
but
middle
they do
finger
it-
means that.
No, but they do it another way. I mean,
You want to show it? Show it to me.
no, I was getting ready to show it, Cindy.
Oh, that's good.
See if the FCC catches it.
No.
You said the bad word.
That's education purpose right there.
It's just educational.
Yeah.
And the reason I had to learn that was because I was going to be doing some court work, and they had rapes and things like that, and they wanted to make sure that I knew the other side.
Yeah, you got to know it.
Because the deaf knew that all the hearing understood that somebody shoots you the bird, but they wouldn't understand this, and so they could say it to somebody and they'd know what they're talking about.
It's another language, Cindy.
It's another language, but anyway,
I can't believe you have more to tell me. You've been gone. I'm like, you just been sleeping the whole time?
Yeah,
pretty
Yeah.
much.
pretty much. I can tell you. No.
Well,
and I started cooking.
You've noticed we've added some collectibles out in front of the studio.
Collectibles?
Well, yeah, we got a fire truck. I don't know how they got it in here. I'm so.
In the museum?
Is that what that is?
Yes, that's the Conroe's Museum.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, there's a Sasquatch. I didn't again.
That scared me.
Things just appear now, and I'm like, how did they get this fire truck in here? Like, I walked around. I'm like, where are the windows? Like, these windows open? I don't know how they got it in here.
They took it apart and
You think so?
half at a time. Yeah.
If people don't know, in front of the studio is City Hall, and they have this huge space, and I guess they're trying to fill it with something. And one day I walk in, and then there was a genuine 1930s, 40s fire truck just right in the middle of the room. And there's no platform around here. There's no slanted platform.
Maybe they just...
So they had to go over stairs or something, but then it's all windows.
Maybe they took the windows out. They could put those back in.
But there's not like a ramp to drive it in. All around the front is flower beds. So the only entry points are right here, and you have to go up like 4 or 5 flights of stairs, or like
well, there's a ramp.
Steps.
There's a ramp, but it's a handicap.
handicap.
ramp.
It's not
Yeah.
big enough for a truck, Cindy.
Yeah. Well, it's a 1940s truck. I don't know how big they are.
They're right there. It's right there.
I can't see
Oh, okay.
around the door.
I can't believe you missed that. It's a big old red truck. You saw the Sasquatch.
Well, I saw that, but I mean that was a little disturbing.
Yeah.
But it's cool looking because it's lifelike. It's like somebody studied on what they thought the say the word
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was, I want to say a month ago, there was some report someone saw Bigfoot out here, and it became national news because those Bigfoot folks are really into that.
Oh.
And I remember talking to one of the Visitors Bureau folks, and I'm like, are we really trying to make Bigfoot an attraction for Conroe over here? Like, is that what we're like? They have all the birds. They have, I think at least in the state, this is the only city that has the most variety of birds. So we have a lot of bird watchers here. And I think in the country it's like top 2. So I'm like, are you trying to piggyback on the bird watchers, and now we're gonna go for Bigfoot, huh?
Well, that would be, but that looks too real. If you set that out in the woods, and somebody would take a picture of it and go like, "It's here."
Looks good.
Yeah. So if you want to come to the Conroe Museum and look around,
Is that why do you call it a museum?
that's what they said to me whenever
Okay.
they had cleared everything out. I said, "What are y'all going to do with this? We're making a museum for people to come in and visit and see what's going on." Did you know when I sent you that thing that said 20,000 people have seen your ad?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I probably ignored it.
No, it was on Google Maps, and so the ad was on the Google Maps, and so they said, so 20,000 people, Googled Conroe's map or something, and then but they saw your ad, and I thought you had done that.
I probably did. I do a lot of things.
No, you'd have done a audience of one.
Yeah, that's one of our shows. So yeah, I probably did it.
I said you would have done. You would have put that on my show.
Yeah. Well, you've been gone. They wouldn't release you. I mean,
no.
People don't know she has an ankle monitor on. And this guy's outside waiting to drug test her before she leaves.
No, that's boy. My family, if they could buy one of those over the counter, they would do that, because they're so scared something's going to happen. And when I take the car,
no, I get it.
Nobody drove me here.
Like my grandmother, last time I was visiting her, the last time I saw her was she wanted me to take her phone, and I'm like, why would I take your phone? Well, she wanted me to take the bed because it's been in the family. She's like, you need to take this bed. I'm like, where are you gonna sleep? I'll sleep on the couch. And then she was like, you need to take that phone too, because I'm tired of this phone. And then I'm like, what happens if something happens to you? Just don't worry about it.
Now,
so what do you do at your house? I'm telling you, cameras are a must.
I totally understand that. I don't totally understand her feeling like I'm done with the phone. I don't care who's going to try to call me. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, kind of thing, because I just always get in trouble when I answer the phone and something.
You get scammed. You're at that prime age.
Yeah.
You're definitely on a list in India. If you call this lady, you'll get something.
Yeah.
You'll get iTunes gift cards, maybe even cash. Maybe you can even convince her to go to the bank
and take out $16,000. You know what? There was they had a story on Fox News and these places about a person that had gotten scammed for $17,000 in Texas.
So you could have been on Fox News.
I thought, that is newsworthy, and the way they made it sound was, and this was a guy that was very intelligent, very with
it's out there,
the stock market and all that, and he believed everything they sent him. And so now I haven't called the Conroe police to see if they had finished that investigation and got my money back. So
you think they would tell you, say they got the money back? You think they would tell you? They're like, let's hold on to it. We can get some interest from this. Let's put it in the bank.
Let's see. And I think she's the type of person that would want us all to have better protective vests. So let's just put that money toward that. We'll do that. No, they would give it back, I think.
Would they?
Well, what I don't understand.
Well, I feel like anything with the government, it's up to you to follow up. I have this weird feeling, whenever I was telling you I got that ticket while I was in some small town, and I'm sitting there talking on the phone and trying to figure it all out, and I was like, I do not want to go back to that town. It's like a 2.5 hour trip, And then I asked, I was like, hey, I'm sending this stuff in. How do I know it gets there? Because I had to pay over mail. They wouldn't do online. They wouldn't do that. And I was like, how do I? So I did certified mail, but that doesn't mean they inputted it. Like it went to the destination I told it to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, and I got the receipt back. But I go, if I drive through that town and I have a warrant because they never processed it, that'd be one hell of a day, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's one thing with the government. You always got to follow up.
Well, see, because I wanted to call the FTC and say, do y'all have somebody with this name working for you as a commissioner? And can you tell me that and see what they would
you need to
say?
stop answering the phone.
Well, that's what
unless you
Chad and them were saying.
have a name that pops up.
Yeah, Chad and said just don't. If you don't see a number you recognize, don't answer it. Just don't answer it. They'll call back or they'll leave a message or something like that, but you just don't answer that. And I said, well, I got that Liam Nelson. He's on the phone with the guy. He says, I don't know who you are, but I'm your worst nightmare, and that kind of thing. And so I kept trying to get that. How do you get that on your phone to answer your phone with?
I'll show you.
You'll show me?
Yeah.
Okay. That reminds me of the commercial that they have, and the guys they're cooking outside, and this guy working on something, and he opens the trash can, and a raccoon comes out, and the one guy says, I got a guy for that. And then he did something else, and he says, I got a guy for that. And he says, well, do y'all know what I should do if I have? And it was a sexual problem, and they went back to what they were doing, and they didn't have but you sounded just like the guy that is the lead guy in that
commercial. That's the story.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you sounded like him.
Wonderful.
But it was an interesting commercial because they kept your attention. You didn't know what he was going up for, what he's going to need him, because they had a guy for everything. If Chris Wootton, which we haven't said his name one time since we came on, we need to say thank you so much, Chris Wootton, for being the sponsor for this show, and he's been so loyal. And so great. Have you talked to him lately?
No, not really. Unfortunately, because he was going to come in before you got incarcerated.
Right.
So.
And I hadn't talked to him since I got the
I honestly thought your foot was going to be removed. I thought that was like the end game of what was happening. And I was like, she's going to show up without a foot.
No, it would have been the leg. No, the doctor said he had to take the whole leg. That's what he said.
That's awesome.
And he said it, though, on Friday. They had done all these tests, and he came in there, and he said, I've got to study the tests, but if I find out if that wound had metastasized to the bone, then we're going to have to take the leg.
Yeah.
And I went, the leg? You're going to take the whole leg? And he goes, we'd have to take the whole leg. He says, okay, well, I'll let you know Monday what I find out. And he walks out the door, and I'm going like, it's Friday, Monday. And I couldn't get up to go say, what are you talking about? You tell me you can't go find out now? So he comes back a few hours later and said, you know what? I realized what I just did to you. I'm so sorry that, but I went and looked to study them, and it's not metastasized, so you're not going to lose the leg. And I went, well, thank you for coming back and letting me know, because that kind of is a downer for your weekend.
No, you gotta be positive. Like this, you look at your leg and like, this could be the last weekend together.
Yeah,
and then it's gone.
That's so mean. Well, I would have kept it in the house stuffed.
You think so?
Yeah, I stuffed it.
Andrew and I did find that where people keep medical, I guess, like, I don't know the correct term, but you can keep like skin, and you can keep bones, and you can, like, certain people keep it and they put it in a preserve jar, like their foot.
And you can keep it?
Yeah, with the skin on it. It's really wild.
The
weirdest one we found was if, like, say a loved one passes away. This is like legit company. If a loved one passes away and they have tattoos, they'll remove the tattoo from the skin and like frame it. So you have the skin of like the back of your husband or something like that.
But you know what though? When the skin,
That's a real company.
the skin would turn black.
No, they preserve it. They do stuff to it.
Oh.
Yeah. They probably dry it. I don't know what they do, but it's an actual company, and I was like, that is wild to me.
Who hadn't thought? I guess if you lost your loved one and you want something to remember them by.
Yeah, a tattoo.
That's so sad. That is sad. But I think that I want to find out. If you're talking to your loved one that's passed, if you're
you mean like talking to? Yeah, okay.
Is that a normal thing to do?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I mean, you talk to yourself, right?
Yes, I do.
So some people argue like you're talking to your own soul. So it might be. I mean,
well, I was like, Cindy, why would you have done that? You knew that was going to happen. Stop.
Yeah. What's funny is when I get mad at myself, I call myself Rick.
You do?
Yeah.
You
it's
do?
it's bizarre.
That is. Oh.
Like when I
Did you
nail
tell
my
your dad
thumb.
that?
Yeah, he'll really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really pissed off at myself. I call myself your name.
No, but it really doesn't. It doesn't help your confidence in yourself when you're belittling yourself all the time. No,
yeah.
But I have to talk to myself and say, okay, you're going to do better next time.
Okay, no, I do want to share because I told you my grandmother passed. I had this weird funeral for her. Because I've only been to a handful of funerals, an actual burial funeral, not like I've been to when you get the urn or we have a celebration or whatever. This was bizarre to me because we all meet up as a family. And the Schistler side of the family has a plot, and so like technically I could be buried there, technically. And we all get there, and we drive out through the cemetery to the plot. Well, they haven't lowered her. And she's just there, and it's closed casket. But we watched the gentleman do the whole thing while it's completely silent. Like cranking, shifting the casket, cranking, taking off the ropes, taking the flower. And I'm sitting there, I look over at my my mom, and I'm like, isn't this supposed to happen afterwards? Because you have the little, you have speaking moments or whatever. Right. And then it's like we watched this dude struggle. He was struggling by himself, cranking it down. And I was like, I almost wanted to help the man because it's a big device to lower a big old casket, and he's just doing it. And everyone's just watching this guy.
Did people push the earth back in?
Well, no. That's what they did. They weren't doing that because I've been to it where they lower it real fast, like it's already ready to go, and you throw dirt on it or whatever. But this was legit. Over the hole, they moved it over the hole, and then it was probably like a 9-minute process, and this guy was sweating. He was hot. And we're all just watching.
It is. I mean, that's why they would let everybody leave. Then they
that's what I thought. And then I wasn't laughing. I was just kind of like, is anyone going to say that we can leave or what? And then we just sat there.
What's the dismissal?
Yeah, there was no dismissal. So I just went up to my mom and my dad, and I was like, I'm just going to go because we're meeting somewhere afterwards. And
that's why
I'll see you there.
That's why the preacher is important because they end their service.
Well,
the service is ended.
He did his thing in the first 5 minutes, and then we were done. And then we just watched this whole thing go down.
Okay.
And I was just sitting there. I was like, this poor guy. He's moving all this heavy equipment by himself. And
poor thing.
We have this grieving family here just watching him do it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, I found that I had been interviewing a lot of couples at church for a long time, and so when a couple. The wife had been crushed in an accident. It was like
physically crushed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was horrible. So, but I had the interview that I had talked to them before. And so I asked them, I said, would you like to have that? I mean, if that would be too sensitive for y'all to, and they went, oh no, we want to hear her voice again. That's fine. That will help us. So we played it. And it was at church, and we played that, and they came back and said that's what we needed. We just needed to see her alive and okay and all that. So it was fine.
Yeah, we had someone reach out to here for an interview from 2014. I felt really bad for that woman because I believe her daughter passed away, and she was on one of our shows.
Oh.
But that was in 2014, and I was like, I guarantee you we don't have that.
Oh, and you didn't have oh.
But she wanted to hear her voice.
Right, just to hear
I
it.
felt
just
real
to hear her
bad.
voice.
And I reached out to everyone because she didn't know any details.
Yeah.
She just knew it was like in July, and they were promoting some play, and I was like, I don't remember everything, so I just reached out to all the hosts that were around that time period that were doing a show in the afternoon, and
couldn't find
no one could find anything.
Oh man.
So.
Well,
people appreciate that though. You know, I have so many pictures of my grandmother because I take a lot of pictures, and they only used like 2 of them. I was really upset with that. They're all so good. And
well, the video and them, and you know, I started thinking, well, this really is something that should be done. And so, not long after that, this man passed away, and I'd put him in a video where we did the Keanu Reeves famous movie that Keanu Reeves was in.
there's a lot of those.
No, the first one, you know,
Speed?
Huh?
Speed?
No, the first one he did after he did, you know, the silly movies that he was in.
Bill and Ted?
Yeah, after those. The first one he did after that.
Point Break.
No.
I've already said a
I mean,
bunch of famous
they
movies
may have
here.
done Point of Break, but this was the you know, he dodges the bullet. And
Oh, The Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix.
That,
Anyway.
you don't realize how long ago after Bill and Ted that was, right? I think there's like a 15, 20-year gap between those 2 movies.
Between Matrix. I thought that was the first. Yeah, I think you're right. The two
That
you
wasn't right after
mentioned,
Bill and Ted.
I thought it was, well, anyway, he had grown from that. But
Anyway, we gotta
thanks
we
for-
gotta.
I don't know what those.
Yeah.
So,
Well, tomorrow's Bob Smiley. We gotta get
Bob
going.
Smiley.
I got other people coming in. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all come back and get a great smile put on your face, because Bob Smiley is really a funny guy. He's
That is gonna be fun.
world renowned Christian comedian, and so y'all be here, and we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you, first responders. Thank you so much for everything that you do for us. And Chris Wootton, thanks for being the sponsor for this show. Salute.